Live.
Just as I was about to say, I bet you won't. He did it. This son
Damn
of
right.
a.
Habitual.
Hey, can y'all see this extra screen on the side? Do y'all see that too?
No, they can't see it, but it's like a new little thing that StreamYard just put out for landscape view. So you should see it if you're watching it on your phone. You might see a different type of view on your phone. I'm not sure. Yep, I see it right here. It's like they got us close up. Why they got us like that? Can I disable that?
Why you?
You the one went live when I brought it to your attention.
And then I asked them, and then you answer for them.
Yeah, because I just pulled it up on my phone.
Hey Chico, don't
So that's what it's
go
looking like for
live
some
yet.
reason.
It's zoomed in on our noses. Oh, I don't care about that. I'm going live, no
Don't
countdown.
don't lie. Don't put words in my mouth. Goodness gracious.
It's the nose show. All you can see is our eyes and noses. Thanks to Big Dog Chico, who don't want to listen to nobody.
Eyes and nose show.
I am Sir
I promise you, I didn't do that.
Big Nose Chico.
It did it on StreamYard like automatically. I guess I accepted something that I didn't mean to accept.
Yeah,
so.
mine didn't do that on StreamYard.
Okay, because you didn't go live just this morning. It just came this morning, Vato. You probably see an email also. Or you might not.
Yeah, I ain't go to Streamer University on Friday.
Well, it's the close-up show brought to you by Big Dog Chico and the people at the Know We Don't Listen LLC.
Man.
Oops.
Deuce just left.
No, I just removed it from the stage by mistake.
Oh, okay. I thought he pulled the Dukes.
Mistake on next time.
Hey, but Dukes, did I not bring it to his attention?
Man, 1000%. And then I said something else
cut
about
my
it.
head off and just going with the show anyway.
I'm going live anyway. I ain't saying nothing. Ain't no countdown, no nothing. I'm going live. Chico crazy, man. So they said it's the phone. Well, all right, so he fixed it.
Yeah. Testing 1, 2. I don't know what's going on with Uncle Neely over there. Or this new layout situation on StreamYard, but we'll figure it out. For right now, we could just go a two-man shot. So let me see if Unc can come in now. Unc?
We have figured out. Good morning, Deuce. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? My cousin, man. Sweet PF. All right.
I'm just tripping on how I tried to tell the dude. Not tried to, I told the dude.
You did. 1000%.
I ain't no count. I'm gonna just go live. I'm just hit the button. I ain't worry about what about you, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, you did. You did that.
I know.
It's all good. Chico, come back on the show. Oh, you know what? If he come back on the show, it's gonna mess up the side, the view on the side.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, another weekend of a ton of football. What's your biggest takeaway from this weekend, huh?
Woo, man, what level? Pro or college?
Let's go pro, then we'll go college.
Oh, let's go pro. A couple of takeaways on the pro level. Seattle is for real. The Ravens ain't out of it. And the Browns are still idiots.
Man, you know what the funniest thing every weekend, and you know I don't like to hate watch anybody, but it's a guy that goes and lists every phenomenal throw, Dylan Gabriel, and he's like, look at every phenomenal throw, And of course, he's being a little sarcastic and facetious.
Sure.
But it looks like, damn, y'all couldn't let Shador do none of this. Okay, cool. But it is what it is.
You know, man, I ain't finna sit here and play like outside of my career choices that I was still in church every Sunday. I ain't finna play like that. But I know a little bit about that book, and I believe what's in that book. And it's a couple times it referring to touch not my anointed, which means God is saying, man, like when I pick somebody, it's in your best interest that you leave them the hell alone. Not in their best interest, your best interest. And when I look at the ripple effect of the Shador Sanders, impact that's going on, taking place, it's so crazy to see me just zoomed in like that. When I look at the ripple effect, New York Giants just fired their coach this morning. That has a lot to do with the status of Shador Sanders because the Giants could have drafted him. The dismal, abysmal record of the New Orleans Saints has a lot to do with not picking Shador Sanders. The Raiders' struggles has a lot to do with not picking Shador Sanders. And then you have the Browns who did go ahead and pick him, and they won't even use him. Now, dog, you grew up in a similar part of Atlanta as I grew up in Jackson. And you know damn well, in the absence of a screwdriver, you could use a butter knife.
For sure.
They make it harder.
Man.
You make it so hard the next time you have that Phillips head screwdriver, you're like, damn, I'm glad I got a screwdriver this time. It's the same thing with a hammer. You could use the handle end of a screwdriver to nail a nail in the wall. But it's much easier with a hammer.
For sure. Right.
So what am I saying about all that? Here's what I'm saying. The Browns got the right tool and refused to use it.
Right, there we go.
I can understand people who like, man, I ain't got no choice. All I got is a butter knife. Y'all got the screwdriver. And like I said before, if Shador can't do nothing else, he can save your damn job. And the first team that passed on has already the head coach has already lost his. And if you continue to not play him as the Browns head coach, even if the owner is telling you not to play him, the owner ain't finna fire himself 6 months from now, or 6 weeks from now, or 6 days from now.
Right.
When you look at Gabriel's performance, we talked about this last night on Uncle Chico Live, that takes Shador Sanders' name out of it. Play like there's no guy named Shador Sanders in the league. Let's just play common sense football. You would have given the third guy an opportunity by now.
I can go for that.
The first guy got traded. The second guy moved up to 1. The second guy has not performed worth a damn. And you still refuse to give the third guy a chance. Now, let's make it even worse. Let's imagine that third guy led the NCAA, which is a record that still stands, in completion percentage. Let's imagine that same guy the previous year in college set like 19 records and won the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. And you still can't find an opportunity for him to at least get out there and see what he can do when you are seeing what the second guy cannot do?
Right.
Just doesn't make sense, dog.
Right. Nah, I think so. I'm looking at Dillon Gabriel's stats for the year. 19 for 33, 29 for 52, 13 for 18, 21 for 35, and yesterday 17 for 32. Individually, those stats don't say he can't play quarterback in the NFL. When you look at the record, he is 1, 2, 3. He is 1-4, which probably says you're not playing winning football based on the quarterback being the leader of the team. So, yes, for you got people that say, oh, well, y'all just saying this because of Shador. Now, I'm just looking at the stats as a whole. I don't think his stats are completely horrible if you're just looking at the box score. When you look at the totality of the game flow tells you something different. But when you just look at the overall results, 1-4 as a starter, first 5 games, and you've got a guy who at least it's not like you were the number 2 pick and this guy was a 7th rounder. Y'all 2 rounds apart. You can afford to give somebody else a shot at it. And I think you're getting to that point where I think it's starting to common sense is going to become more common where you have to get Shedeur a shot.
I love the bow you put on it. I love everything that's in the box. I love the way you close the box up and put that ribbon on it. When you look at Colorado's quarterback situation this football season under Coach Prime and him going with the true freshman Juju Lewis, which I know we're going to get into that game later on the show. But he was asked by a reporter why the change, and he literally said common sense.
For sure.
Because when you look at the stats, like you just said, of Dillon Gabriel, the stats are not like horrific, but when you look at the gameplay and the game flow, he's not doing anything to help you win the game.
Right.
It was just a couple of weeks ago, and Coach Prime made this, public when he was talking about that we're not asking a lot of Salter. We have enough pieces that he doesn't have to be the hero. We just need about 60% completion rate and no turnovers.
Right.
Like, in other words, we can dink and dunk and win the game. We got that kind of talent around him. We don't have to have a hero right now.
Right.
And so when those thresholds are not met and then you still lose the game, you have to go like, all right, I don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it really helps a lot when the choice is ready. Just like in this situation, Shedeur is ready. But if you sit there and just dig your heels in the ground and refuse to make that choice, well, you're going to end up with the record you got. I mean, let's be real, man. Everybody of these 32 teams are pros. They're professionals. They got strength and conditioning, cafeterias, staff out the wazoo. But at the same time, man, you lost to the Jets, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Who just traded away 2 of their first-round picks.
I believe
they're not even making a real effort to win this season, and you find a way to lose to them.
And I believe the Jets won that game, if I'm not mistaken, with less than 50 yards passing.
Yep.
Somebody else probably could have used a QB.
I loathe to bring this up, Phillip Dukes, because you and I, we're not just friends, we're brothers.
For sure.
But I can't join you in the misery boat because I happen to be on the bye week this week, my Cowboys. But damn, the Falcons find a way to do it again.
Man, hey, we international, baby. We went all the way to Germany just to show the world hey, I feel it. You know what? This week we're gonna stay off the profanity. That's what we on this week. But yeah, we went all the way across the water just to show the world we some BS. Proud of everybody getting to see us as a whole, to see how the fans turn out. Great turnout actually for Atlanta Falcons fans across the water. And the product was more the same. Mike Penix is starting to draw questions in the city on if he can be the guy. 12 of 28 performance, unlike him. But of the 12 of 28 that he did go yesterday, a lot of drops. I didn't get the official number. Darnell Mooney caught 1 out of 8 targets. Another big free agent pickup from last year, who's a $13 million a year guy. It's and you had another opportunity to win. And I think, and I said this all weekend, you got to know how to win. There are things that winning teams do. I talked about Auburn. Auburn came up with a huge penalty after a big set during Auburn gets a huge sack, but gets a illegal hands to the face on the outside. Huge first down, but gets a hold away from the ball. That's not winning football. Mm-hmm. Winning football is understanding the gravity of what's going on around you and knowing that, hey, I cannot do this in this moment. And I think that's what the Falcons are doing now. They're playing a brand of their brand of football is not a winning brand of football, and they're not doing. The Falcons could easily be a 5-6 win team right now when you look at how they've lost. That was an overtime game again. How many one-score games have they been in? You got stomped by the Dolphins. You got stomped by the Panthers. Outside of that, one-score games for the remainder of the year and your losses. And they just continue a Falcon going Falcon. I mean, shoot, it is what it is. I've been, I was talking to Cam about this yesterday about like making good decisions in life. And I'm like, look, bro, you're 12 years old. Don't get to my age. You can make a decision now. I'm in it, And I was Falcon free for a time, and I relapsed. And I'm trying to get my son to understand, like, hey, listen, who's your favorite player? And he may say, "Oh man, I like." Of course, he likes Jesse Bates because he plays safety. I'm like, it ain't nobody else. Nobody else you like. I'm trying to Derwin James. Let's go Chargers. Like who? Like it don't follow your favorite player.
You don't want him to have your miserable life.
Man, listen, man. I'm stuck with this, right?
Yeah.
And it's okay. I it's too late. I'm almost looking forward now to finding what song I'm gonna play behind Cam's meme when the Falcons lose next week. What song can I pick out about being a fool? Can I find? I've got plenty of options. I've been killing it lately. Cam go viral once a week, but it's when the Falcons lose. All right.
I feel you, man. Like I said, with Cowboys, we were off this week, but the level of inconsistency, which has been the only consistent thing, been tortured. Like, Green Bay, quote unquote, one of the top teams in the league. You play them to a 40-40 tie. You battle with your opponents, the Eagles, and then you get manhandled by the Panthers. None of it adds up. Like, how do you beat them and then lose to them and then beat them and then lose to them and then none of it makes sense, man.
Man.
And as I started off when you asked me about my takeaways from this weekend, last I checked, the Seahawks are in the NFC, and that's a spot. Like, forget the order of the rankings, right? Like, we talking about 8 spot. That's a spot that nobody thought they would have in July.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who believed in? I mean, nobody believed in Sam Darnold. Who would have thought that Sam Darnold would be doing what he's doing? And it just goes to show you a change of scenery. Just yet another change of scenery guy. Baker Mayfield, change of scenery, right? Daniel Jones, change of scenery. So just another guy in a long line of guys who've had a change of scenery and have been able to be successful. Doesn't work all the time. I root for Justin Fields rabidly. I really want to see this guy be successful, and it just keeps running in the road bumps. And yesterday was a ugly performance. So yeah, we'll just see going forward. But yeah, Cowboys. Here's some solace for you. Y'all record better than the Falcons at least.
And I hold that dear to my heart. And when we come off the bye, we got Las Vegas, and I wish I could sit here and say we're gonna win that game. It's gonna be a blowout. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. But then those are the very ones that we find a way to not win.
Right.
So we shall see, said the blind man. I'll tell you what, man, getting back on the AFC side, man, with the Chiefs struggles, the Bills losing to Miami, man. Why not put something on that? Just off the chance. Who saw that coming?
Right.
And all of that happening while Lamar has been out, and then Lamar is back and they're starting to roll. Like we start off with, man, Ravens are by no means out of this thing.
No, and you look at everything they added in the offseason and you didn't really see it come to fruition. But what the Ravens do every year is they don't stand pat, and they don't, they're not just going to roll somebody out there if it's not working. Jair Alexander's out of the door. One of the pass rushers is gone, but now they're getting more out of Mike Green. They're getting more out of the guys that they were expecting to. And shoot, man, you got to think, when we started the season, it was Super Bowl or bust for the Ravens. All right, Lamar Jackson gets hurt, and then it's not Super Bowl or bust for those games. But when you got Lamar Jackson as your quarterback, there's not one team in the NFL outside of the Kansas City Chiefs in December that I would pick over Lamar Jackson to win a game that I had to have. The only time I would bet against Lamar Jackson is in the playoffs until he does it in that big game, whether it's the Bills, whether it's the Chiefs. Until Lamar does it in that big game, that's the only place that I don't think that he will probably be as successful as he should be. But in the regular season, man, they may not lose again. I mean, just to keep it a buck, they can get that hot, and that's how good of a team they are.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's flip it over to college.
Yeah.
Big weekend in college football, in the sense that it was the first weekend after the true top 25 were named in relation to who would be in those playoff slots, and then, a commensurate bowl game spots. What'd you see this weekend, man? What's your big takeaways from college football this past weekend, second weekend in November?
Man, I think knowing how to win is what's important right now. You look at what happened with Indiana. They really gave every opportunity to lose that game, and they basically gave the game away and went back and took it back. Knowing how to win is important. I just think Georgia and their performance over Mississippi State, getting back to Georgia football, Nate Frazier 180 yards, that stood out to me. Florida State losing, that seat's getting hotter in Tallahassee, losing to a Clemson team where before the season, this was one of those games that was circled as a potential game day, where you may have seen location because of how the game was projected to be. But then when you look at what actually happened in the ACC, it wasn't there. And just taking care of business. And I think what everybody wants to talk about here, or a lot of our watchers, is the performance of Julian Lewis in his first start at West Virginia. Colorado coming up short once again, but having a glimmer of light with seeing a very small portion of the future in Julian Lewis. So a lot of cool takeaways. Auburn in their first game under interim coach DJ Durkin put up a valiant fight. The offense comes to life. Two receivers, Eric Singleton and Cam Coleman, both with double-digit catches, 100 yards and a touchdown apiece. So yeah, there was a lot to look at, and I just think that for the teams, I think there's something to be said for knowing how to win. And I think as the more teams mature and grow up together as a whole, you'll see that you'll see the college football playoff reflect teams that know how to win.
Yeah, I want to start where you started, man. Mine, that Indiana, you're sitting there, number 2 in the nation, right? And you're about to lose this game. I love just the poise of that drive.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people will criticize, dink and dunk football, but they dink and dunk that thing all the way to get in scoring position.
Mm-hmm.
They were just sitting there taking what the defense gave, offensive line rushing to the ball, getting set. There was no kind of panic. Dukes, it was almost as if they practiced this.
Man, and when you talk about Heisman candidates, was that game big enough to be a Heisman moment for that? I don't know, but it could have been, right? When you look at how.
Let me tell you why I say so. Let me tell you why I say so.
Okay.
It shouldn't be, right, on the surface.
Right.
But because what losing that game would have meant to your placement in the top 12, and then the fashion in which you did it,
right,
is certainly going to be in your real sit down to the Heisman voters. And if should you go to sit on the front row of the Downtown Athletic Club, it's certainly going to be in your reel there, because those 4 or 5 plays were some of the best 4 or 5 plays, consecutive plays you can ask for, from a quarterback / to team to execute, because everything that happened had to happen, including the catch and the toe tap, including the ref being right there to call it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the most important piece of that drive by Mendoza was no timeouts.
Yep.
No timeouts. You put together a drive like that. That's winning. That's a very confident brand of football. I'll tell you a game that I didn't expect to go the way it did was that Oregon-Iowa game. Oregon barely made it out, last second field goal. They won 18-16, but another one of those games where you kind of wonder, you say, all right, the Big Ten is starting to show. I don't know if it's Big Ten fatigue. I don't know what it is, but you look at 2 teams that are, playoff teams, and you say, could you slide another SEC team in, or does another Big 12 team deserve an opportunity to get in? But because you're seeing performances that don't say runaway playoff team, playoff contender. But like I said earlier, man, knowing how to win goes so far in November. So Oregon being able to slide out of Iowa with that victory is huge.
And some of these folks, man, in the top, let's say 15, and the reason I want to say 15 is that somebody 13 through 16 can end up being 12. Memphis lost,
Right.
And so they did it to themselves. They're going to be eliminated from. All they had to do was just sit there, and they failed at that. some of these questions are going to get answered because some of these people in this top 15 still got to play each other, even if it comes down to a conference championship, and then somebody going to lose. And so a lot of interesting things to unfold. And I say that because there's a lot of jokers with some cupcake Novembers. And so you're really not going to have a chance to knock somebody out of their seat because of who they got to play. They're pretty much destined to win out. Their next potential loss is their conference championship.
Right. And and you're right, but that's the magic of college football, right? Because every time we feel like we've got to figure it out, somebody comes and unfigures it out for us, and it happens year after year. So right now, I look towards teams like who can play spoiler, like a team like Florida. They've got Ole Miss this week. That's a dangerous game. We don't know what Florida can, Now, I don't know if DJ Lagway will play this week. I don't know if it was temporary benching. But when DJ Lagway is on, when we've seen him be the guy who got everybody excited last year, that he's a very tough player to game plan for. So I think you got teams like that, like Auburn and Alabama. Auburn right now, Skip Bayless comes out this morning and says that Auburn is, hey, message to Alabama, Auburn has a very talented roster in which they do. So you got teams that are going to be looking to play spoiler. How does this Georgia-Texas game pan out? If Georgia beats Texas, can Texas recover? Texas has to come to Athens, and they haven't been the type of this isn't the Texas team that we were expecting at the beginning of the year. So if Georgia can beat Texas again, you start. And I think, and this is what I've been saying. If you follow any of my content on Auburn on my channel, I always say it's been a very long time since Auburn has been playing meaningful football and being relevant in late November. That's what you want to be. You want somebody talking about how you impact the national landscape in November. And that's the goal for a lot of these teams. And this is why, because every game means something. So like you said, you got some teams, like a lot of people were kind of bashing Ole Miss last week. I think they played the Citadel or somebody.
Yeah.
And that's a game that you usually don't see in November. But Auburn has now in a well, actually, man, it's been so long since Auburn been good. Hell, it don't matter who they play in November right now. Shit, we need Mercer to be played in November. But kudos to a lot of the Big 12 schedules where it's almost like a cannibalization towards the end of the year. They just go week after week after week of Big 12 competition. So kudos to the schedule makers in the Big 12.
And and to that point, let's shift to the tip of the spear as far as what took place this weekend. When you want to talk about conference relevancy, bowl game relevancy, the Colorado Buffaloes are irrelevant in both of those categories now. The playing in the Big 12 championship December 6th in Dallas has been off the table for a number of weeks. You went into Morgantown, West Virginia, knowing that win out and you could still secure a bowl game, but lose one of the three, any one of the three, and then that's out, and you lost the first one, in that trifecta of wins that you would have needed. And so now it is just a 2-game season remaining, one at home. Bye week this weekend, Arizona State, Senior Day weekend after that. Then you travel Thanksgiving weekend to Kansas. And I will tell you, Deuce, because you mentioned in your top 3 takeaways from college football this weekend, the performance of Juju, the true freshman at quarterback. One thing about that loss in Morgantown, you really can't put it on him.
No, absolutely.
The play of quarterback, even if you grade on the curve because he's a freshman, you could take the curve out of it, and you still can't put the loss on him. You were much. It's almost like, man, we're just singing the same song. When you take away the previous 2 games and look at the aggregate of the season, once again another game that you were in and could have won, and there was just some missed opportunities. Be that the quarterback, receiver, or block, whoever, there were missed opportunities. The penalties were less than the previous game, much less. But the circumstances, when you talk about playing winning football, Dukes, there's just some penalties in some down and distance situations, some clock situations, so momentum situations, that penalty cannot happen then. And that continues to haunt the Colorado Buffaloes, whether it's extending the opponent's drive that they score off of or taking you out of a scoring drive. Either way, that still seems to rear its ugly head. Nevertheless, the Buffaloes are where they are. 2 games left to play, and those 2 games are now irrelevant as it relates to bowl play, but they're very relevant to the momentum and continued trajectory of the program.
Yeah, I think you want to proof of concept is everything in college football, especially in this landscape. When you don't know how rosters will shake out, how coaches will fill certain vacancies, you want to at least know that there's some type of upward trajectory when it comes to a program. I think Julian Lewis himself is enough for you to build around, and you get the right people in place, and now you start to try different combinations around Juju after he's proven that he can do it. I've seen a few detractors say, "Oh, well, it's just West Virginia." Well, this is the same West Virginia that just turned Houston over 4 times the week previously. Not only did they win the game, but they as a 2 touchdown underdog. But what they did was they showed that they are a different team with a different quarterback. That's what Colorado can aim for, showing that they're a different team with a different quarterback. You saw at the end of the day, 2 games in a row, you gave up 50 points. I think you were outscored like 100-24 or something crazy. And this wasn't that team that was going to get beat by 30. And you could say, oh, well, it was West Virginia, but ask Houston about West Virginia. And West Virginia also is a talented and well-coached roster. So I think what Julian was able to pull off is something that well, if anybody knows, I've been saying, hey, bro, he ain't going to be scared of the lights. And I've been kind of saying that all year. It's just when he was going to get his opportunity. And I think that he got his opportunity at the time that was deemed to be right for him, and he showed and proved. So, yeah, I think it definitely him knowing that he's the quarterback at this point, him knowing that I'm going to take the reps with the ones, him being able to lead the session with the one receivers and saying, all right, hey, y'all on my time today. And not to say you have to say that, but there are certain perks that come with being the leader and being the captain of the ship. And I think he's going to wear that hat well.
Yeah, I love that, Dukes. And now I'll take a step further on something you said about the future and building for it. The beauty of it, and I know the way college football works now, even with the one winter portal, you still have to some degree recruit your own team back. What I love about this situation is the future is now with Julian. They're already on the roster. That wide receiver room is overly talented and overly young. You have running backs like Trackhawk, who already said after his injury, I'm coming back.
Right.
You have key pieces of that dominant offensive line, that are coming back. And so when I look at if nothing else, the offense built around Juju, like it's in the building, missing a piece here or two. And then what you have even coming back on defense, or what's in the pipeline as far as committed go, the defense on paper is improving for next season. So I think everything is there and in place. You would love to see, like, if you want to start it, as a new season from when he took over. You're 0-1. It'd be great for him and this program to finish out 2-1. But nevertheless, talked about it last night. Coach Prime gets the keys to a 1-11 program, and you better believe them 11s was blowouts. Takes it to 4 wins, and the first one was a big win against TCU, who was just in the national championship game, 9 months before. You win that one. Next year, you come back and you get 9. And then when you understand the dynamics of college football, that 9 doesn't mean you're going to get 9 next year. It could mean you're going to get 3 next year. But when you put all that together in the pot, the reason that Rick George can stand there and emphatically say, I got Coach Prime's back, because he sees the totality of the direction that this program is heading in. Now, having said that, you heard the man himself, the man being Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, say, there will be changes. Not I'm looking at changes, I'm thinking about changes. He declared there will be changes to this program. And I don't think you would make a change that wouldn't be in the best interest of this phenom quarterback that you went out and signed, who sat most of the year, who said in his press conference when asked, hey, a couple games left about the red shirt, he's like, man, forget that red shirt. I want to play. I want to play every game this season. I want to finish this season out. Don't worry about what that mean about a red shirt style. I want to play. And the emotion that he had in the locker room, post game, you got your guy. You got the pieces around him. Show what you can do with it these remaining 2 games. There is no spring portal, next year. And so then you go into spring football, with a nucleus there that can work together. And then the off season of pieces coming in, you truly got to like the direction of where it's headed, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and then just in the city of Atlanta, I think what people probably didn't get to see is how everybody was watching Jew in his first start, because that's what everybody in Atlanta's been doing for his entire career. Whether it was Little League with the Atlanta Ducks, whether it's when he played a little while at Pace, whether it was at Carrollton, everybody's always been watching Jew. And so to see how he galvanized the city, or just, or brought, even just kind of like people just calling around like, hey man, so you see Jew? Hey, Jew on? Hey, Jew balling. Like, you just see text threads and different, and how much love he got on social media from players who've been waiting on Jew. I think that's important. So we talk about Colorado recruiting and how they recruit. I think you've got a huge recruiting tool in Julian Lewis, a freshman that's playing, but not just him. London Merritt, they played against each other when they were babies. London Merritt, another guy from the Atlanta area. So there are going to be a lot of guys in the portal that'll be looking at Colorado to say, all right, I've done it, but I can go do it with some guys that I trust. And I think that's important when you and I think the first recruiting job that you got to do is to make sure you recruit a London Merritt to make sure he stays. You recruit Alec McPherson. You recruit the young guys who you see promise from, and you make sure you recruit in-house first. And from that point, you go and add around the guys who have a future and who've shown improving this year. So, yeah, I think the arrow is pointing up. You got some pieces to build around, and I think that as Coach Prime continues to make changes, which he's been making changes all year, but as he continues to say, you know what, maybe I don't have the pieces in place for what I'm trying to make. Right now, that doesn't mean these pieces aren't good pieces individually. Maybe they fit better in somebody else's recipe, but in the recipe that I'm building here, whether it be administrative, coach, and I don't know, it could be anything. Or it could even be the schedule of how things get done. There's no telling what's going to change, but the only thing that's guaranteed is that there will be change.
Yeah, I absolutely, my brother. And like I shared with Chico last night, Rick George not going nowhere. He's going to be the vice president in intercollegiate athletics. We call it athletic director. Coach Prime not going nowhere. He's going to be the head coach of Colorado football. But you better believe everything under those two is going to be evaluated, measured, and see what it needs to have performed better, including getting it out or getting more of it in. Like, everything is on the table. There will be changes because you cannot go into 2026 with the record you have and leave things the same. And when I say changes, I'm talking about everything from the fragrance of the carpet fresh in the locker room to what we eat, to how the practice schedule is laid out, all the way up to coaches and who calls plays and who don't, and who performed and who didn't. Like, I think sometimes we get confused as talking heads or people who watch talk shows and think our care and our standard is higher than Coach Prime's. You don't care as much as he cares. And your
Right.
standards for this program ain't as high as he is. And believe me, his standard will be met one way or the other. And there are no sacred cows. There are no, oh, that's my guy. He's been with me since this, or this my girl. Like, no, he doesn't measure stuff that way. It is about performance. It is about being dynamic. It is about being dominant. And it's about getting people in the right place to perform. And I think he will tell you he's learned a lot about that this season, if nothing else. And that's why he could confidently sit there and at press conferences say, there will be changes.
Yeah, agreed. I think early in the year we talked about that, and winners don't stand pat. And you can call Coach Prime whatever you want to call him, but over the course of his life, I would venture to say that you could consider him to be a winner. And winners make changes. We've seen it multiple times where guys who have been wildly successful in their own individual careers figure out, say, you know what, maybe I need to do this differently to go into this next phase of my career. And I think that's where Coach Prime is. He said, all right, cool. I know how to get 9 wins in the Big 12. All right. I know how to get 4 wins in the Big 12, and now I know how to get however many wins I've got this year, however many that ends up. What do you learn from each of those situations to go get 10 next year? And we see that it's possible. You watch teams go from Ashley to Classy every year, but what is the specific formula to make it work at Colorado? You can even look at the chat. You can see how many people are here just to say he doesn't know what he's doing. Now, if you ask them what team they root for, it's not Colorado State or it's not Nebraska. They're just here because they don't want to see they don't like Deion Sanders. And I think with that being said, there's a fire that's lit from someone who's used to this type of behavior from people. Think about this. When I cover Auburn, I know if somebody comes in and they say, "Oh, y'all suck. This is horrible, such and such, such and such," they're coming from the University of Alabama. And in some instances, you may see a guy from Georgia, but you know where they're coming from because nobody is inherently just going to say crazy stuff about a program unless they have a vested interest. People's vested interest is not seeing a traditional winner who's done it his own way win anymore, because sometimes people are real live haters. I don't like to see this guy win, so I'm going to do whatever I can to go against what he says, and I'm going to rejoice when he loses. Not because you're a Nebraska fan, not because you have a vested interest in a rival school. You just don't like seeing this man win because so many people like to see him win, right? So what I'm saying is this, and this is for the Colorado fans and the Coach Prime fans. I just keep it a buck because there are a lot of Colorado fans who are Coach Prime fans. So because with light comes darkness, right? And there's a yin and a yang. So the haters come because there are some fans who are here for Coach Prime. Dig this. When you have that winning type of mentality and you've proven to have been a winner in your life, you do things to continue to win, just like we've seen. So why would this be any different? You're going to see changes, and I think the winning will return.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to start it two-pronged. Let me start with the here and now, as Luther would say, and then go forward. A lot of people will say, yeah, you lost to West Virginia. Worst team in the conference, beat you by 10 points. So what does that make you? And I go back to the old adage about what have you done lately? And when you look at our lately past game, previous game, and look at theirs, and then look at this one, and then look at compared opponents, clearly it was an improvement in the play in West Virginia. One, you didn't give up 50 points again. And then two, the offense moved the ball and actually scored. The one thing that let you down, you really wouldn't have believed would let you down, that was special teams. Had a missed extra point in a block punt. So then you go, let's go going forward about the changes and all those things. Man, there are certain people, Dukes, who are so good at what they do, great at what they've done. Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, Deion Sanders, that you literally forget they done lost before.
Mm-hmm.
Like you literally forget Tiger Woods had a serious drought. You literally forget Muhammad Ali been knocked on his ass. You literally forget Deion Sanders been scored on plenty of times. But because of how they handle the down periods, and then because of the level to which they come back after the down period, it's erased from your memory. They fall into the category of greatness. And I will submit to you that Deion Sanders' coaching career is going to be much like his playing career, that by the time he gets a little ways down the road through it, not even to the end, you're going to forget about season 2025. Because 26, 20, 27, 28 is going to be so damn great. It's like you forget who Muhammad Ali lost to. In your head, he's undefeated. You forget how many times Michael Jordan got swept or didn't make the playoffs, because when he finally got it right, because they retooled, look what happened. Same thing with Tiger. Serena and Venus, like the list goes on and on when it comes to greatness. So he's a great man, great coach. And I have no doubt this will be turned around and be restored to not only where it was, but beyond. Like 93 will not be good enough in the future.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I agree. And I always think it always just baffles me how people can try to make pointed arguments and pointed criticism objective when it's not. It ain't the object, it's the subject. It's who it is. It ain't Colorado. I guarantee you, nobody, like a ton of people that are here, you can even look in the chat right now. if you were to ask them what team they root for, it's probably nobody even in the Big 12. They are literally here just to say, told you so. Deion ain't that great. That's what it is. It ain't even about Colorado. It's 1,000% what it is. But that's cool because, and I saw a comment after the game said, well, you act like Coach Prime is the only coach with haters. That ain't what I said. What I said was you will never see a ratio of people that come to hate as much as you see in Colorado football because they don't have a vested interest. It's not that they're Colorado State fans or Nebraska fans or Utah fans. No, it's not that. Like I said, I've covered multiple teams. You see rival teams come hate on other teams. You really just coming to hate on Deion, which is cool. Just call a spade a spade.
Dukes is like Chico to me when the Cowboys lose. Chico will admit he don't have no NFL team. And Chico never wants to talk about the Cowboys when we win. But whenever we lose, it's topic number one.
And that's it. But look, and that's his prerogative. I just want people to understand.
It's the same thing.
As long as you know what it is.
There are people out there who are motivated by Deion Sanders' failure.
Don't disguise it with, oh man, I'm just this great football fan and I just want to see some real football being played in Boulder, Colorado. Bro, you was not
why?
Right.
Why you want to see it? It's the same thing I said before, man. These jokers out there who have shows, YouTube shows, the content. With this man's name in the title, and then all you do is hate on him. Sounds like you love it to me.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I know what's going on for sure. And guess what though, man? It'd be different if he needed somebody to step in there and say, "Oh man, y'all wrong for that." No, hey man, that man don't need me to get in to say nothing, or you or anybody else. That's him. But calling a spade is cool because I'm like, listen, that's y'all opinion. This is my opinion. Your opinion is based on the fact of who it is and not the team, which is cool, right? Because Nick Saban had some haters, but I would think they're probably a little bit different. But somebody in the chat literally hit the nail on the head. It said that man came in talking about he was bringing Louis luggage. That rubbed a lot of people who never touched a piece of Louis the wrong way. That touched a lot of people whose children weren't really good playing football the wrong way. That rubbed a lot of people who probably weren't as successful as Deion Sanders the wrong way. And guess what? That's okay because not everybody likes to see.
But Dukes, pardon the interruption, brother. The excellent whoever type that you just broke down. Ain't that the way hate always work?
That's what I'm saying.
Hate don't never hate from above.
Yeah.
like the people who got Gucci luggage didn't get mad over him saying Louis luggage.
Right. But ain't nothing wrong with JanSport. Like, bro.
No, nothing.
Yeah, bro.
Except for if you have, unless you have a confidence issue.
Boom. That's it.
You are mad about your Velcro wallet that serves you well.
Right. No, ain't nothing wrong with that. And listen, and this is my thing. I get it because I like to be objective about everything I say. Bro, this is how I even got involved in Colorado anyway, bro. Like, I'm a person, when you're a player, it's hard for you to see people hate for no reason. But I get it. But you got to be a player to understand that. Like, when you're a player, like, and not just like a player on the field, we talking about really having a player mentality. I'm going to be a player about that. I'm going to keep it, quote unquote, P. I'm P about mine. You feel me? So when people feel like that, you're like, man, buddy, just hang for no reason.
But that's on them.
Exactly.
It's like what they don't understand is the hater don't affect the hateree.
Right.
Because the only thing that salt kill is a snail. Salt does nothing to a player.
Right.
So you can throw salt like it's rice at a wedge, it ain't doing nothing but hurting your arm.
Right.
And you think you're doing something. I showed them. I went on their show and I made a comment. You wasted your time.
I mean, sure, I tell you what, you got some shine today, buddy. I'm cool with it, man, because it's not even like a mean thing. I'm like, bro, but this is the main thing. It's not, you ever see like you call somebody a racist and they be like, I got a black friend, or I got a white friend, an Asian friend, or something like that.
Yeah.
It makes nothing makes a racist more mad than calling them a racist. It's the same thing for a hater. You call
Exactly.
a hater. I ain't hating. Y'all just glazing. I ain't hating. It's true. Nah,
And,
brother, you
and
hate.
let me say this, Dukes. Let me say this about this new phenomenon y'all want to call glazing. That's why God ain't blessed you. You sit up and in the name of don't want to come across as glazing, you don't want to get nobody their props. That's why God ain't put you in no position to receive props. You don't know how to give them. Because I ain't gonna glaze. Some people are anointed and directed and are leaders and have a gravitational pull, and you should acknowledge them. And acknowledging them ain't glazing.
Yeah, man. I acknowledge players and haters. Like if somebody, bro, if you're a hater, it's no problem. Listen, well, sometimes because I rarely ever say anything where it's like, bro, come on, y'all done got to the point where it's just like y'all piling on now. Like,
yeah, you just seen the meme of the two Spider-Men pointing at each other like, oh, you got it, no, you got it.
Right.
And you've also lived that when you pull up to the barbershop.
So
some people ain't never lived that, Dukes.
Right.
Some people ain't never had nobody point at them and say, oh man, you clean today.
Right.
And they get to say, no, that's on you. I'm trying to be like you, man.
Right. Real player activity.
Yeah. And then they don't want to acknowledge nobody because I ain't glazing. And that's why you will never be glazed. Because you try to block yourself from. When I see something that has deserved, hey, you know what makes a person a celebrity, Dukes?
What's that?
It should be that they've done something worthy of celebration.
Celebrity,
celebration, yeah. Celebrate. If you've done nothing worthy of celebrating, how can you be a celebrity?
Right.
But y'all confuse popularity with celebrity.
He ain't lying.
And you could be popular and ain't done a damn thing worthy of celebrating.
Right.
He ain't lying.
Man, here go Chico, bro. Chico, you
this three panel shot just hit. Chico, you got to fix this, man.
Okay, so I did fix it. Guess what?
What?
So if you're watching and you see the close-up 3-panel shot, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, like this right here, that means you're watching on the vertical view. If you back out of there and scroll up, you'll see that we also have it. What StreamYard has done is they put 2 feeds on now. So you have a vertical view and a horizontal view. So you can watch from that view, which is the horizontal view. Look at there, nice and smooth and funky. And then you can watch from the vertical view, which is right there.
Bro, that is wrong. Bro, it's all wrong.
Okay. You know everything. Go ahead then.
All right, I'm telling you.
Tell him, dudes. Get his ass, dude.
Well, I'm showing you. You telling me what you're thinking. And talk about what you.
But you can't see what you're putting in the screen.
That's because you're looking at the vertical view. Go look at the horizontal view and you can.
But you're supposed to show us that. But why you didn't show us the horizontal view?
I just showed you the horizontal view.
It wasn't horizontal.
Because you're looking at the vertical view.
Because you put the vertical view up.
Goodness gracious, man.
Put the horizontal view up on your phone. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You put the wrong.
It's up right there.
Bro, that's a horrible shot.
That's horizontal. That's people watching horizontal view. If you put it on a 2-man shot, that's horizontal right there.
You don't remember when
you see that?
You remember when the 2 kids was out there and they said, why you try to cook the sandwich? Man, why you just ain't eat it cold?
See?
Why you just ain't leave it how it was?
Because you always got ninjas like you that want to talk about it and have their opinion about it when I'm sitting here telling you.
I'm gonna have a million opinions about it. First of all, let's go to 1,000,001. Why would you do this stupid shit?
That's why.
So why I don't look
because
like
StreamYard offered because you're looking up.
But you act like you've been doing that for 2 weeks. You just found out. You've been gone all show.
As Uncle Neely would say, if you would have listened, that's how I came in with this. I said, I've been off the show trying to figure this out. And bam, I figured it out. They have 2 feeds automatically showing. If you're watching and it looks like that, that means you're watching on the vertical feed.
But what feed
you can go back out?
Why they gotta go back out?
We shoot it on the horizontal feed like normal. They have added a new feature which allows people to watch it in a vertical feed if they choose to.
Why
and
ain't
they
East
can
Coast?
decide if they like it or not. It looks better in a 1-person or 2-person shot. With a 3-person shot, which is probably the one that you're viewing it in, it's cut too slim, and I haven't figured that out yet, which I will do later on in post-production. But for now, if you just want to watch it the normal way, there's 2 options. One here and one there.
Why would you fly the plane and didn't know how to fly it?
Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, we got 5 minutes left in the show. Unc and Dukes will finish it out with their nice conversation as I just interjected right here, and I'll get up out of it.
Chico just be doing shit and then get mad.
He said he gonna figure it out post-production.
Man, look, this man gonna say it worked better in a 3. It don't really work good in a 3 shot. Well, it's a 3-man show.
I just want to point out, Dukes.
This man will have a
But
family of 5 and go buy a 2-seater.
We love being on time, and I get it, but it's not like this network TV where we up against hard breaks. I tried to point all this out before we went live. No. Okay.
Man,
We were already late for the broadcast when you pointed it out, and then I went live anyway, and you pointed it out saying you could see it on the side. I didn't realize that it was live until after we started the show, which I have figured out now, and I've greatly articulated that to you guys. I'm not sure if you heard, listened, or comprehended, but that's up for you guys
you know
to
what, Chico?
decide, and we're going to move on from there. Thank you guys for coming out. Peace in the
I'm gonna give you props, Chico. I know your black ass can hit me back there. I love how you've maintained your composure in your debate with Dukes and even coming back and chiming with me. You holding to your guns now. I appreciate that, Chico. Using big words, you making salient points. Like you got what you want to get across, and you do it. Chico, you have grown. Chico, your arrow is pointing up. You still could have fixed it before we went live, but you know.
I'm hating. Man, yeah, you're right, Chico. But guess what? Today, you're gonna be wrong. Now. Hating now. Hate. I'm hating on it. Everybody else doing it. Hating.
I'm gonna tell them.
All right, come on.
Tomorrow.
All right. Chico, I'm sorry, bro. I apologize, bro. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
This man just said everybody else doing it, so he gonna doing it. He's gonna be doing it. Unbelievable.
I said I was wrong, bro.
Everybody else doing it, so they make okay. Dang, I see what.
All right, I'm wrong, bro. We good?
Y'all land the plane, man.
Nah, man. You land the plane, bro. You ain't gonna accept my apology. I'm dropping the diss track. Fuck this shit, man. All right, I'm dropping the diss track, man. I apologize. He ain't accepted. It's up, bro. Finna have dropping the.
I can't wait to host a listening party. We're gonna decode Deuce's diss track. We're gonna play a bar at a time, and we're gonna decode it because this is gonna be one for the ages. I'm already in contact with Ice Cube to let him know No Vaseline might be coming down as the #1 diss record.
Oh man, Chico, you got one more shot to come on here and accept this apology. If not, I'm dropping the diss record. So I'm going live right after this, and I'm dissing. So you got one shot to come on here. Accept this apology, bro.
Man, don't nobody care about you dropping them whack ass bars, man.
Oh, let's do it.
Don't you know where I come from?
Where you come from?
We don't rap about some records. Y'all hoes. You feel me?
Oh.
Anybody that rap about another person on the record. That's what Master P said. I'm from No Limit Soldier School of Hard Knocks. You heard me? We don't rap about no other. You don't know record? What? This record? What? This whack ass bar. Oh, what? What's wrong with it?
Man, niggas think move out to Hawaii, think it's safe, boy. Shots fired tonight.
Well, you got reach.
It's up.
Hey, speaking of up, time is up on this Monday morning episode of the Morning Run. But tomorrow is Tuesday. Bus will be back at practice. We'll be checking in with that mood, checking that temperature, going into a bye week. Coach Prime Express in his post-game press conference will probably keep practice normal all the way through Thursday, then take that bye week weekend off. We'll see if that schedule gets adjusted any, but he did disclose that to presser. Speaking of pressers, tomorrow is Tuesday, so you know that is Coach Prime Presser Day, and we will cover that as well as break it down and decode it with y'all runners. Hey, it is the Morning Run. If you hadn't done so, make sure you click that thumbs up button, hit that like button, subscribe to all 3 channels, Big Dog Chico, Speed Hustle, Deuce to Scoop Network, as well as the Pregame Show Network. We will check y'all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain. Hopefully Chico will chat GPT and get this screen fixed by then. You're supposed to close the show, Chico. I landed the plane.
It's up, buddy.
Believe it's up. Matter of fact, hey, go ahead and leave. We ain't gotta have no diss track.
I spoke his language.
I'm gonna leave and come back and moderate.
Hey, now Chico, where you going? We can talk
It's
about
up,
this now.
buddy. Ain't got nothing to say, man. Ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah.
Do no rapping about no other dudes.
Bro, where my money at? How about that? Where
Nothing
my
to
merch
say.
money at, bro? Tell me,
What?
get it in blood.
Get it in blood, fool.
All right, say no more. Bet. Well, I'm finna go report everything on Chico channel right now. Yeah, watch this. Tomorrow, get it in blood, but I got a small army, boy. I'm finna tell the folks, yeah, boy. What's up now? I can't get
Man, let me
paid.
get up off this show, man. Y'all wild, man. Thank you, Uncle Neely, for closing the show and landing the plane.
Hey, bro, hold up. So what we doing, cuz?
We getting up
We
off of
beefing
this thing.
tonight.
We getting up off of here.
Nah, is we
Look,
beefing tonight,
Is
cuz?
Unc stuck? I think Unc stuck. Hold on, let me get him off. Oh, he back here in the backstage. My bad. Hold up. There you go. You was stuck on the other one. Huh?
Cuz, what we doing? We beefing tonight.
Man, listen, man.
I apologize, but you seem like you want to beef. But look, I don't want nobody to say, Deuce, you tripping. I called the peace treaty. They gonna say I'm tripping.
So, I want to hear the diss track.
All right. You heard it here first.
All right, shout out to all the super chats that came through. We appreciate you guys. Before we get up out of here, Uncle Kevin Jones, former fullback for the Cleveland Browns, who Uncle Neely was able to run into at the game. He gave us a shout out. I'll have that clip next time. Unc keep getting stuck over there. He must be on that drink. That's what it is. He hitting the wrong button at the last minute. C. Maven gifted 10 The Pregame Network memberships. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Y'all
bro,
give a hand for that.
They said Kurt Franklin on the hook.
So you the gospel sex symbol?
What?
Shout out to Jack Thriller. This one's for all the weirdos that love to hate the talk ish. Salute.
Bro.
That's the name of your album, Dukes.
Hey,
The
bro.
gospel sex symbol.
Who said that? You just caught what? That nigga crazy. What? He's stupid, man.
Get him, Dukes.
This nigga said the gospel.
Still my cousin, dog. Still my cousin. Me and Coach Prime love Louis. Man.
Did you
I'm not trying to be
bro,
decode.
Hold on.
Trying to be decode no languages, dog.
Hold on. You just said, did you say Kirk Franklin, the gospel sex symbol?
No, I did not say that. Don't put words in my mouth, dog.
I want to know what you say.
Thank you, Reverend BJ Nelson. StreamYard be tripping. I know that for sure. Appreciate you, Reverend BJ Nelson. Somebody got my back. They come over here trying to attack me, Rev, and I'm trying to put on for the show.
Man, what you say?
Try to fight your boy, Rev.
What you say?
What I say? What
about Kirk Franklin, the sex symbol?
I ain't saying that about no Kirk Franklin on sex symbol. I said you. I said that's the name of your. That's the name of your album.
You call me a gospel sex symbol?
No, that's the name of your album,
bruh. I'm gonna go, man.
Shout out to Jack Thriller, man. I'm sorry, that's Jack Thriller name. I was just playing with you.
Hey, man, dude, y'all heard that? Y'all heard that?
Hey, we got to get Jack Thriller on the show, man. We got to get Jack Thriller on the show.
Hey,
oh my gosh.
Hey, man. Hey, you won, bro. Look. Hey, bro, you won, boy. You cannot do. Hey, boy. Boy, let me tell you something. What I learned, like in that, but you got it.
Funny to be.
Boy,
my dog said you won like somebody tried to fight and dude come outside. He want to fight, but he want to fight and then but his draws. You know what? You won, dog.
You got it.
You played.
Hey, boy. Hey, boy, don't nobody want to deal with no freaky gangster.
They're gonna beat you up there and hunt you.
Yeah,
What?
no, I don't want it. Oh no, you got it. You got it.
Oh my gosh, man! I just went straight back to GWC Projects just then.
Oh man. Oh.
All right, we're gonna get up out of here. I think we got that figured out though, as far as the StreamYard goes.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
goodness.
It's a 3-man show. You only had 2 spots, but we figured it out. You won. Don't say that.
Duke said. But it's a 3-man show. We don't need no 2-man shot. We need a 3-man shot.
Man.
I'm like, no, it literally came through right before the show. I'm like, what is this? You know, so I can figure it out.
I knew that's what you did. I knew for a fact. Right before the show, you used it without. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it just said that, you know, we now offer this. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, great. You know, y'all offer it. I didn't know y'all gonna go straight to it automatically.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, hey, this boy here crazy. All right, man, land the plane.
Dukes was crunk until Chico did the Chico.
And that boy said, hey, man, we sitting up there like, yeah, man, we're going to drop this album. Then we laughing a little bit. He said, yeah, Kirk Franklin. Yeah, you going to
No. I was laughing at the chat because they said you going to drop a gospel album or a diss track on a gospel album or something. And then I was like, oh, the name of the album is going to be the gospel sex symbol. Like
why
Jack
would you
Thriller.
say that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
That's hilarious.
Why would you say that?
Chat, if that's not funny, let me know, chat. That's extra funny. The gospel
Well,
sex
that's
symbol, like what
extra
you doing,
something.
dog?
Well, it's extra something. Well, hey, man, like I said, you got it, bro. You know what?
Oh, yeah, man. Great show, man. Y'all gave out some good information today. Great show.
Great show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, you're crazy, man. Say anything.
Thank you, Keisha. She said that was extra funny. Thank you, Keisha. Got some extra for you too. Gotcha. Why would you call a man a sex symbol? Listen, I didn't call him a sex symbol. I said that's the name of his album. Get it right. See what I'm saying? Y'all be putting words in my mouth. Pause. Y'all be thinking I be saying something. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said the name of his album. That's a whole different thing. Shout out to Marty. I'm riding with Dukes. Is up, Chico. Oh, I thought Marty said he ride with me, but he said I'm riding with Dukes. It's all good. Ride with him then. You're gonna ask, you're gonna be like, hey, Dukes, let me out. When you realize what's going on, hey, Dukes.
Like, but we not going, we going to ride on Chico? No, we not. No,
Dukes, let me out.
No, some folks you gotta leave them alone, bro. I always said that when Thug and them was on Cleveland Avenue wearing leggings and going and had all them folks on Cleveland Avenue going crazy, and the boy was in leggings and scrunch socks. I said, but they leave them folks alone, bro.
And as Walker Flocka said, Mario brother shoes,
bro.
Walker said, y'all wear them big old Mario brother powder puff shoes. Y'all mad at me for still wearing Air Force Ones? Y'all win. Y'all win. Y'all internet babies, y'all win.
Bro, you gotta let them folks. Hey man,
keep talking down on it so they could drop in price again. You remember when the Air Force Ones used to be $60?
Yeah, $69.99. I definitely.
Yeah, it went up.
Yeah, shout out to Walker too, man. I said, yeah. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta let folks have it. Man, look, Chico, you got it, bro.
All right. We're gonna let y'all have it from here on out. All right. I'm not a rainbow warrior. Come on now, dog. I did not go to Hawaii. That's his name. That's like, all right. We're gonna get up out of here. Thank y'all for having us once again, inviting us into your home, into your household. I know you guys feel, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm just gonna say, y'all come back tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow once again, God willing. Thank you guys. Shout out to all the recruits out there. We're gonna have a recruit on. We gotta start showcasing some recruits too, Dukes.
Man, I thought, man,
you know what? That could be our show, Dukes. You talk about a show. We need to do a show, man. Because I was trying to develop a show with my other partner.
Hey, I thought we was beefing, man. You said, yeah, you gonna say Dukes the gospel sex symbol. I'm like, what?
Man, you so silly, dog. dog.
can't beat nobody like that, bro.
You can't beat him.
You can't beat him.
How you gonna beat him?
Yeah, man. All right, all right.
He said, my dog said, I'm a lovable, huggable kind of guy. How you gonna beat?
I did not say that.
All right. Can we go, man? Can we go?
Yeah, man.
What you got up for the rest of the day, dog? That's what your partner always asks you before they get off the phone. What you got up for the rest of the day?
Man, I'm gonna record. I'm gonna go live tonight at like 9:30. Shoot, you want to record some content? Oh, man. If you got some time, I can do the Chico interview.
Man, I have to watch myself interviewing with you, dog. You damn near like the what you call it, the Harold Cosell to Muhammad Ali as far as getting everything about him, man. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Pause. As far as information.
Hey, man, I'm gonna just get a flag, a red flag, and I'm just gonna throw the flag just like they do. I'm gonna keep it every time you say something questionable, we just gonna throw the flag and keep going. So, yeah, I think people want to hear your story, dog.
All these pauses in the chat. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Whatever, man. We could do a recruiting show. We could do a coaching show. Whatever. We need to do something though.
All right, so I'm with it.
Bet that.
All right, man.
We might need to call it the gospel sex symbol. You know what?
Bro, no, all right, bro.
No, that's not a good name.
Habitual line stepper.
All right, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all, hey, appreciate y'all coming out. Have a great day. God bless you, and good night. And guess what?
I might already changed it, and you don't know.
You feel me? Put your shockers in the sky. Y'all have a great day. We up and about of here. Peace in the Middle East. Catch us every weekday morning on the Pregame Network. It is the Morning Run. Easy. Let's go.